Yes, welcome again. Hi, everyone. Hi, parents. Welcome to my intentional parenting journey. Today, it's another beautiful episode of my intentional parenting journey. Mm, what do we say? Every time we gather here, I don't know, it's remind me. I am usually reminded that my intentional parenting journey is not just about raising children. It's about raising nations. It's about raising parents. This conversation always feels like heart-to-heart moment that shows up. It keeps showing us that it is possible when one parent decides to grow, when one person decides to grow, when one person decides to do it, other stories changes. One person's story at a time. Then we keep seeing families transcend, family transform, and that's the beauty of this journey. Because when a parent decides to join my intentional parenting, and then you join the inner circle program, and then you grow, and then you become, it transforms a lot about you. You become for your family to become. You become for your children to become. You become for the leaders to become. Every human being who existed started from upbringing. And the moment there is an intentionality in your upbringing, in your journey, it shows every part of you. Welcome, ma'am. But before we continue, please, Coach Wendy, she's going to join us anytime soon. She's here with us and she's going to join us shortly. But let's still take a moment to honor her vision, the vision behind this platform. To our coach, Coach Wendy Ologi. Ma, before you join us, why you join us? I want to really appreciate you at every point we come here because you've given us parents across the world the courage to unlearn because you can't learn until you unlearn. It's until you behold, then you can become. You can't learn. You have to relearn to learn. You have given parents across nations, across the world, the courage to unlearn, to relearn, and to lead their homes with wisdom. Thank you for choosing obedience over convenience because it's not easy. And I know it. It's not always easy. It's not always comfortable. But ma, you chose to be obedient. You chose to run with this assignment. We celebrate you, ma. Thank you so much, Coach Wendy. Now, today, my guest in the building, parents, please, I am so happy. I am thrilled because my guest, her story is one that truly breach, I don't know, it's something that's very profound. She's not just a mom. She's a doctor, she's a dentist, she's a wife, she's a mom raising children in Scotland while navigating career and family life. Please join me. Welcome, Mrs. Favour Owolabi. Thank you so much, ma. Mrs. Favour, for joining us today. We are so excited. We welcome you and we're happy to hear your journey. We are happy to hear your story, ma'am. As we continue, ma'am, please permit me to start from the beginning. Permit me to start from where you started, ma'am. Mrs. Favour, please, I want to know where did you first hear about the Inner Circle program and what made you decide that this is exactly what you need, that this is where you need to be? Please, over to you, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Ife Nigeria.
Yes, Nachi, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you for having me. And before I start my journey, I want to appreciate Coach Wendy. Before I said I wanted to, talk about my journey, it felt like, are you there yet? You are not perfect yet. In fact, the last time I filled my journal was on 24th of August. I'm still battling with consistency, discipline and all that. But then I realized that just like those lepers, 10 lepers came, Jesus healed them, one went back to say thank you. So I'm just like that one leper that's come to tell Coach Wendy, thank you so much, ma. In fact, I wish I can buy Coach Wendy a mansion. Like Coach Wendy, she has done a
Jesus.
lot. And she's doing a lot for parents, for children. So I'm here to say, Coach Wendy, thank you. Thank you for the privilege, to be part of this. So all I can say is thank you. Thank you, Coach Wendy. I really appreciate you. I honor you, ma. Thank you, ma. So back to my journey. So like Miss Ife rightly said, I live in Scotland. I'm a dentist. Before we relocated, I was practicing dentistry for over 13 years. Then before we came to the United Kingdom. So before we came, my daughter was two at that time. That was 2022, and I had a newborn baby. That period we had weaned her off diaper. Yeah. And she kept, when she goes to school, she will raise her clothes and she will be touching her private area and all that. So our teacher noticed and our teacher didn't say anything actually. And that period, I was worried. I was thinking, is this sexual? So I was like, okay, let me educate her on sex education. But everything I knew was don't allow anybody to touch your vagina. That was the only thing I knew about sex education. So it happened that period. My husband, was sending me intentional parenting, some write-ups from Facebook. He was just sending me consistently. And I was like, this, can you share the link with me? So I joined the Facebook community. And that period, it happened that it was sex educate like a pro. And it was just perfect timing for me. So I enrolled immediately. And then when I joined, it was mind blowing. So sex education is not just about don't align. It was deeper than I thought. That there was porn education, there was drug abuse, there was even identity crisis. That was the first time I was hearing about identity crisis. It was Auntie Tima that spoke about it. Then coach even taught us about how sex conversation with children from babies, even porn literacy from babies, good picture, bad picture and all that. Then they talked about inner circle there. I was like, this is just perfect for me because we had already conceived the idea of relocation. And I was like, okay, I'm moving to a new place and I really need this. It was like desperation for me, even though then I had 2-year-old and a newborn baby. But right now, I have three children, one 5-year-old and two toddlers, 3 years and 9 months old. And so being in inner circle has been life changing for me. Thank you, Miss Ife.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Did you hear that? Parents, you know what I love about this? Many of the times, many of us stumble upon opportunities, but don't act. Many of us sees she knew what she wanted. She stumbled. Yes, somebody already started sharing the link, but when she came in, when she perceived, when she sat into the growth, it was just one course for her and it changes everything. Most of us, you just stumble on that opportunity we needed and we don't act on it. You see, when we talk about sense, it seems like one common thing anybody has. I mean, everybody has sense, but it takes someone that know that this is what I want. Mrs. Favour shows us that saying yes to growth is the first step to changing your family story. Thank you so much, ma, for sharing that. Please, moving on, ma'am. I want to know, as a mom living in abroad with a demanding profession, what did parenting feels like for you before you joined? What were some of the things you struggle with? What are some of the challenges you've seen that, I mean, it was quite difficult for you? It would have been very difficult for you to handle if you hadn't been in the inner circle program. Please, ma'am, I would want to know your struggles and how you've been able to manage it from through the inner circle program.
Okay, thank you again, Miss Ife. So, like I said, we conceived the idea of going to Scotland when I joined Inner Circle. So, I already had some foundation, in Inner Circle. Foundations like, you have to buy books for your children, puzzle, skills, and all that. So, I had foundation. So, before I joined Inner Circle, this kind of how my mom raised me, it was more of read your book, you have to pass your exams. There was no skill. And the kind of reading your book is like rote learning, they will say in inner circle. You
Rote
have to like
learning.
cram.
Yeah.
So yes, like la cram la pour. that kind of
Bravo.
thing. So that was how I was raised, and I was beginning to repeat that even though I had a 2-year old, because when my child is on the big side. When she was 1 year and 5 months, we enrolled her in school. Now that I know better, that was like wrong. So we enrolled her in school, and it was the same rote learning I was using on her. I will start cramming, I will be forcing her, hold your pen like this, right? Meanwhile, a child at that age does not have any business holding. There are different ways of exposure. So that was the pattern I was using. And when I came to inner circle, it just exposed me to a lot of things, and which is what is working here in the Western world. Children don't start school. Well, here in the United Kingdom, children start school by 5 years, and they start nursery at 3 years. And when you go to nursery, they don't do one, two, eight. It's child led learning. The way they expose them, they play with play-doh, they even play with sand. They simulate playing with sand in a room. They put different things. There are books, there are puzzles, there are Legos, different things. So me now, coming from the place of knowledge in inner circle and coming here, it was easy to adapt to the changes here. Also here, you see children riding bicycles, children scooters, going to the library, museum. It was in a circle that I learned all that. It would have been so difficult if I had not been in inner circle and I'm here in diaspora. It would have still been my own method of you have to learn, you have to cram. And here is they are not forceful about learning. They always want the child to, they take the child step by step. They don't force everything in your brain. They show you how to think. They don't give you what to think here. And it's about critical thinking, critical learning here. So being in diaspora, inner circle has helped me, has given me the foundation to even flow. Even when I go to my daughter just started school. She's in primary one now. And inner circle would help you to know what to even ask, to know what you want. Before my daughter started school, they will give you, like, based on catchment area, they will give you maybe two options, close based on where you live. And they gave us two schools. Before we even accepted, we had to call different parents. You have to do your research, get views. Then we chose one. Even when we chose that one, we had to ask for a one-on-one section, and I bought this book, 100 questions to ask before you choose a school for your child. And I went prepared. When I got there, the woman was like, okay, let's have a chat. I told her that Cycle will give you this class. You will go with Sindaboski. I went there like, okay, actually have 100 questions to ask you. The woman was like, huh? But I'm like, because of time, let me just take 20. That's Cycle giving me giving me power. And the woman was shocked. Like, I was just asking, and she was giving me answers. Then when I ended it, I was like, okay, because I realized that after primary school, children lose interest in going to school. Why is that? So I asked her that. She now looked at me and said, it's more of parental support. That any child that has good parental support will thrive well when they go to high school. But the case for you, your child will not have that problem. That's what she said. So that is the inner circle gives you wings, gives you power, gives you a voice to talk. So being in inner circle has helped me in diaspora to actually adapt, know what I want. And it also gave us community. When you join the inner circle, based on your location, you also have community. You hear people struggle, you hear people how they navigate. Even when you have issues, one click away, you just type there and all that. So inner circle is the real deal.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That's honest, and I know many parents can relate to that because you don't know it, you struggle, you feel exhausting because for one thing, You went to the school. Imagine in diaspora, you went to school and then you were able to ask few questions. And they were surprised. Who is this woman? Where is she coming from? How does she have all this knowledge? And then they were surprised. They were looking at you like, imagine you don't know any. You know, imagine you just came. You're like, okay, you're coming to the school to come and help you. You are it's the school that will help you. And it is that thing the inner circle gives you. You get to be equipped, you go prepared, and then the community. Oh, welcome, coach.
Coach, I'm loyal, ma. I truly salute. God
Welcome.
bless you.
God bless you, ma. Thank you for coming and sharing. If it's not, please go on.
All right, thank you, Ma. Thank you for joining us. We welcome you, Coach Wendy, in the building. All right, so you have the community, and it's not that exhausting. Trying to figure it out on your own feels more exhausting. Sometimes you don't even know what you are missing out until you enter the space, the inner circle program. Imagine Mrs. Favour doesn't have this question should be asked. She has to act, or she has to know. She doesn't even have any knowledge about it before she went to school in diaspora to register her children. She'd have just been everywhere, and it would have been so exhausting. You see, it is easier. According to her, she said, the inner circle has given me everything to make it easier for my children in the Western place in Scotland. It is easy to put them in school. It is easy to know what to ask, what to expect at every point, because she's already in a system where she had already been equipped with the knowledge to run with. Imagine she doesn't know any of this. She'd have just been everywhere, and it would have been so tiring for her. Thank you so much, ma. That is one powerful thing you should take away today if you've not heard anything yet. That is what the inner circle gives you: preparedness, equipped, and not just being everywhere. Thank you so much, ma. So, moving on, ma'am, I would want to know, and if you're just joining us, you're listening to Mrs. Favour Owolabi, all the way from Scotland, United Kingdom, sharing with us her transformation, her struggles, her journey, and how the inner circle has kept her equipped, kept her prepared on moving on. And it wasn't so difficult. You know this thing, transcending from Nigeria to the Western place, trying to raise children, putting them in school. It wasn't that difficult. It wasn't exhausting. It was so easy for her to move on to it. And that's because the inner circle has given her everything she needed, and she's already prepared to it, and she's not scared of anything. Thank you so much, ma. Please, ma, I want to know, Mrs. Favour, what did you notice first after joining the inner circle? What shifted for you? Was it in your children, your mindset, or in how you saw yourself as a parent? What transformed for you? What shifted? What was that thing that became for you, that you beheld from the inner circle program, that made it all beautiful for you? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So for me, when I entered the inner circle, you know that book, Connect to Correct. Parenting is about you.
Yes.
That thing parenting is about that thing. You want a perfect child. You want a disciplined child. Are you disciplined? Are you consistent? You want a child that loves to read books. Do you read books? So that thing for me was parenting is about me. This thing you say that you go to the inner circle for your child, but in the real sense, you are going to the inner circle for yourself. You need to find yourself. So inner circle for me is more of self-discovery. And
Mm.
I have like some friends that are in the yard. Sometimes we say things like, you know, we thank God that we are drawing from the right well. Because there are lots of people that don't even have this knowledge. And when you see some people behave some kind of way, you just thank God that you are drawing from the right well. Inner circle is that well that you keep drawing from, that will keep giving you sense, that will keep transforming you, transforming your life. You keep learning, you will unlearn, you will relearn. So what stood out for me is that I'm discovering myself. I want to make impact. It was when I joined the inner circle that I was concerned for my life. Like, really, I'm over 30 years. What impact have I made? It gives you, it questions your living. That was what inner circle did for me. And it has been like life transforming for me. So I'll say that again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was so powerful. Parents, I mean, did you notice the transformation? I mean, it often begins the inside of us before it shows to our children. She never thought she could actually read that, sit down to read books. I mean, reading books started with her. You see, that's one thing about modeling. No matter where you send your children to, the big schools you want to put your children to, the high nation school, that's they speak British, that's where the president children go to school. If it does start with you, you're going to miss out. You're doing yourself a disservice. The reading, the implementing starts with you before your children. Finishing tasks, being consistent starts with you before your children. She started from the inner circle. The reading of the book started with her from the inner circle before it gets to her children. When a parent learns to lead with wisdom, the home becomes lighter, calmer, connected, more easier to, everywhere just connects. It's more easier to do things like that. Because, I mean, your children are looking up to you. Even, I don't want to even you as a parent, your children, you don't want your children to become someone else. Your children become you, who is the parent, who is raising them. And if you don't learn and become, how is your children going to become? No matter how you send, no matter where you send them to, no matter where you feel they are going to acquire that knowledge, it starts from the home. It starts with you. You sitting down to do the things before your children learn to do from you. You don't expect any other person to raise your children except you. Even if you send them to boarding school, even if you send them to anywhere, they will still come back to you. It starts from the home. And Mrs. Favour have been able to share how reading from the inner circle had become a game changer for her. Thank you so much. That was so powerful, ma. Moving on, ma, please. I would want to know, you just mentioned about reading books and how
Yes.
it just transformed your home, how it just made everything magical for you. Please, I would want to know, ma, what are the powerful reads you've read from the Inner Circle Library? The powerful books that have made a new turn for you, that have become a game changer for you in the Inner Circle program, ma. Over to you, Mrs. Favor.
Okay, thank you. This question, well, I've not got to the place where I can say, okay, this is the book for me. But because, like I said, my season of life, my journey, the first year I joined Inner Circle, I'd never read any parenting book in my life before, you know. And Inner Circle will be like, you have to read books. Coach will always say that if you don't read books, there's a part of your life that you never uncover. And that was when I joined the Inner Circle. Like, reading book was a thing for us in the Inner Circle. My first year, of course, I'm not a disciplined person, even though, yes, I'm a dentist, I'm a doctor, we have books we read, but any other thing outside that, I don't read. So when I joined the Inner Circle, we read books, and initially it was more of I was buying e-copy. But later, my first year, I could only read Connect to Correct my first year. My second year, I read Connect to Correct again, and um discipline, what discipline, what is it, oh, the right discipline, something like that. So that was my second year. Then my third year, I was able
Discipline
to
that
read,
works.
Or
yes,
discipline
discipline
that
that
works.
works. No,
Discipline that works.
discipline
Okay.
that works. So my second year, I read part of this, and I read Connect to Correct fully. Then my that was my second year. Then my third year, what helped me was a community, accountability community. So I was able to follow. I was able to read five because of my season. I was able to read five books. Discipline that works. Discipline is not an emergency. Connect to Correct. Raising financial literature. In fact, I have all of Coach's book because I know I will still get to that season where I'll be able to digest everything and implement them. So this year I was able to read five. So what stands out for me is discipline is not an emergency. This book for me is like the
Hmm.
Bible, when building your marriage plan for marriage. So this is the book for me. Discipline is not an emergency. Yeah, in this book, Coach talked about schedules, skills, strategy, system, and this book, if you can read this book, and even in this book, Coach talked about family values, policy, different policy about family, vacation plan, migration, history. Inner circle is where I started learning about history. Oh. History, like history is supposed to be boring, yeah, but you need to know your roots. If you're raising children and you want them to be impact maker, you want to raise legacy, you need to know history. And inner circle is the place where we started going to museum. In my life, I've never been to museum before. It was inner circle, we started going to museum. So this discipline is not an emergency, it has everything. Everything. I feel all the book, coach book, compressed is in here, bits and bits. Even screen, the advantage, talked about the advantages of screen time. It will affect creative thinking. It will affect attention span. It will affect socializing for children. So it's like, though I am not in the right way to say this is perfect because I've not read everything, and I know I will read everything. Even Kingmaker, I've bought Kingmaker like when, but this book I feel is the Bible for me because it has bits and bits and bits and bits. Finances, you have to plan for finances. You have to plan for even inheritance. You have to plan migration, home management, schedule, daily routines for your child, weekly routine for your child, monthly routine. Coach, it is well. Coach is just too much. Like coach needs us. Like when they are spoon feeding somebody, that is what coach is doing for us for parenting. I mean, the daily tools, is it not daily tools? Read for your child, take your child for a walk, have a 15-minute one-on-one with your child, tell your child a bedtime story. Inner circle, eh? I cannot finish. If I start today, I cannot finish. But for me, I'll say this book. Then connect to correct. Parenting is an act. Parenting is a relationship. Parenting should be intentional. It should be purposeful. It should be strategic. Parenting is about you. That's in connect to correct. I'll choose connect to correct too. Then the right discipline. That one saying discipline is not about punishment. You cannot discipline a child if you have not taught them, if you have not shown them, if you have not done it with them, if you have not allowed them to do it, you cannot say you want to. And even in the Western world, child abuse, if you raise hand, social worker will come for you on any child. So if you're in diaspora and you're not in inner circle, I can bet that you're struggling. You are struggling to parent because the cultures are different. Many things that coach is telling us in the inner circle, that is what is normal for them in this Western world. You see them going to the museum, you see them going to the park, you see them going to the library. Going to the library for me should be when I have an exam. I want a quiet environment. Is going to library for me. That's how I grew up. But now I confidently take my children. We go to library once a week. My daughter that is 5 years in a book club, we go to the library. So it's like normal. You are exposing your children to the world when they read books, like coach will say. So coach, thank you, ma. Thank you very much, ma. So that's what I'll say about books.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am. And if you're just joining us, if you're just listening, if you're just queuing in now, if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Mrs. Favour share her transformation through the inner circle. And she said, beyond the courses you just listened to, beyond the webinars, there is still something. There is just these powerful things the book gives you that you can never get anywhere until you sit down, open these pages, and go through them. You've listened to her, you've heard how she was able to, in practical terms, list out the things, the depth of knowledge she has been able to pick out from these books. Why? because these books are not just, they are not just books that just you just put and decorate your library. They are powerful tools. There are things inside it that will change your whole story, that will change your whole parenting journey if you open your books and read them. She said she has been meticulously taking and going through these pages. She has been picking them out. She has been reading them. She has been able to mention the numbers of books she have read this year. And she said, I have all of these books. I have them. I've gotten them all. Even the other book, Coach Memo, that she mentioned, The Kingmaker. She have all of these books in her library, and she's going to sit down. Look,
Yes, ma'am.
there is reading and there is reading. Just like there is reading the Bible and there is reading. Look at the book. There is reading the Bible and there you still cannot understand it. Or somebody who has sat down and take reading seriously to actually, when you are reading, you want to go through this book meticulously. You want to read to understand what the books actually say, the words actually say, the meaning of the write up inside the book actually say, and then you internalize them. There is one powerful thing. Look, even me as I sit here, listening to people, going to tech talk, listening, joining courses, it's not enough until you sit down, pick a book and read. There's this knowledge it gives you that nobody can take away from you. It's just something sitting inside you. Nobody, I mean nobody will take it away from you. Even in your children, she said, even in the UK, she's been able to create a culture of taking her children to the library. They read books. These children are reading now. When you see children who are reading, you will see if you see them with my children, when you see them, you could see that, I mean, knowledge is flying. You don't even need to sit a moment with them. You just see somebody, you see this person is bright. There is something. Thank you so much, man. That was so powerful. You've been able to share that reading book will take you off from guesswork. It will take you your parenting transforms. There is nobody that can actually give you what you can take away from book. And what are these books? Coach Wendy books. Each time you read Coach Wendy book, she said, I've never been able to read any parenting book until I joined the Inner Circle program. Did you hear that? She never knew there is something about reading books, parenting books. There is reading books, there is fiction, there are so many books to read. But there is parenting books. And Coach Wendy books, anytime I open Coach books to read, come on, it solves one problem for me. I take it and I run. It is there. I don't even need to think too much when I see something, when I see problems. I just apply it. You think parenting books is only for people who are married? Kai, it's a lie. Oh. I am not married. I don't have a children. But when you read these books, it starts with you. You start reshaping yourself because it takes for you to unlearn to relearn.
Yeah.
Even if you're coming from a background where you are not well raised, come across these books, these powerful resources. When you lay your hand on them and go through them, there is something it does. Thank you so much, ma. That was so beautiful to hear. That was so beautiful for you to share because now it has assured me that yes, there is and there is, and I can testify to that. So, ma, I want to ask you, please tell us, parenting, I mean, in the Scotland, parenting looks like parenting. What does it look like in different across cultures? What has been raising children in Scotland, and how has been part of the global inner circle family help you stay grounded, help you stay in value in raising your children in Scotland? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you again, Miss Ife. So raising children here, like I said, the culture differs. But coach will always say that principle is the same. Whether you are in Nigeria or whether you are in USA, the principle is the same. And the way it is here in Scotland, you see different, like what should be shameful for us in Nigeria, it's normal here. You can be in a bus and you just see preteens, they are vaping and nobody's saying anything. You can just be going for school run, you just see a mom smoking and she's carrying a baby. Sometimes you even see pregnant people, they are smoking and nobody's even saying, it's just normal. So what the inner
Yes.
circle has done for me, is you don't keep quiet. You don't assume parenting. You need to talk. Keep teaching your child. Keep teaching. Keep teaching. Whether you're on the dining table, whether you are on the bus, whether you are just walking with them. And inner circle has given us like a platform where you have your family values, family vision, family mission, family tagline. So those family values, like I have two toddlers and I have a 5-year old. So those family values, like our family value is putting God first, finish what you start, I am okay with what I have, kindness, you need to respect, greet. So these family values, anytime, every time you keep saying it. Coach, in one of the wisdom notes, coach said something about 0 to 5 years, your planting season. So for me that I have young children, I am in my planting season. So raising children here, I have to be saying it to them. I have to be talking. I have to show pictures. And the connecting tools are just so wonderful that even sometimes I can't break it. Sometimes coach will give us age appropriate tools to do. Then even sometimes, even if she doesn't, I will go to ChatGPT. I want to carry out this tool for my 5-year-old. Break it down for me. Coach said, excuse, you must find a way. Anybody can give excuse. You must find a way. So like there's this confidence that it gives me being in the inner circle and parenting here. Someone was arguing with me. Someone was saying something like, forget that thing. A child that wants to be bad will be bad. But inner circle does this thing for you, that it has created a platform that your child can even make mistake in front of you. You won't flinch. You will just allow that child and you will correct. And it starts so small. You don't have to wait until your child is a teenager. It starts as small as your child wants to choose a clothes, and you know that clothes is not appropriate. For instance, here it's very cold in Scotland. Maybe some days my daughter will be like, I want to go out, I don't want to wear my jacket. I'm like, okay, that's fine. There's consequence. It is you make mistake. So when she now goes out, I'm feeling cold. Sorry, ma, we cannot go back. We already said we should wear. He said no. So when she's coming back next time, when we want to go out again, let me carry my jacket. So I don't want to be cold. So coach has given us a platform where they can even make mistake in front of you. You can allow consequences, and you can correct. You can help them through challenges. So parenting here, being in the inner circle has given me that confidence that I am so confident that my all those people that have that mentality that any child that wants to be bad, my child cannot be bad, because I am sowing and I will repeat, and I am praying on top of inner circle. I am also prophesying that you cannot be bad. So being in inner circle has given me the confidence to model, to help them through life. That's what I would say about that.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was so beautiful. Did you hear that? Parents, no matter where you live, principles are the same and values are the compass. And that's what the inner circle gives you. She says she has this confidence because she's always teaching her children the value she instilled in her children. It's not an emergency thing. She said, even if her child misbehaves outside, she's okay, she's relaxed. She has the confidence and she keeps teaching them at every point. It's something, it's instilling, it's modeling. She keeps reminding them, even when they are in the bus or when they are in the library, when they are on the table or when they are in the dining or everywhere, she instilled this value. It's something she has picked out from the inner circle. And this clarity that transcends culture, I mean, it's principle is the same everywhere you go. You when you equip yourself, you won't be scared, you won't be rattled with some things. You stay confident, you stay rooted, and then you know that at every point you have everything on check. You are not just everywhere because you are where there is knowledge. You always get knowledge, wisdom to run with, and then there is this clarity that comes with being in the inner circle. That when you see some behaviors, because I mean, it depending from your season of life, just like she mentioned, but when you are in the community, you could hear it from other parents. Maybe you've not gotten there, yes, maybe your children are not at that age yet, but when a parent share their own story in the community, you read it, you say, okay, that is how it works. Okay, that is how I can go about it. And then when you see something like that, you're not rattled. You have the confidence because it's something you've seen before. And it's something that someone had done in practical terms. I mean, there is difference between someone sharing a story with you and it's like, it's theory. Honestly, I never knew that there is something about parenting, learning how to before I came into this space. And when I heard about it, parenting academy, I was like, what is that? But then when I came in and then I hear these things and then I see it, I witness it. Come on, there is just something it does to you. She said, at her own space, she has seen it and she's confident with whatever that comes because she's already prepared. She have guarded herself with a place of wisdom, and the inner circle have given her all the clarity that transcend across culture. She's not scared wherever she is because yes, she mentions yes in the UK you could see people smoking, people misbehaving at all points. But she's not scared because what? She knows what she's doing. She's on the journey and she know it works. She know it works because she have seen it, she have heard it, and she's learning and she's instilling. And her children are transforming. So you don't have to be scared there if you are in the UK, if you are in the Western world. If you learn and you implement, you are not scared. You are not a scared parent. You are a confident parent. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter the geography. It doesn't matter which culture. It doesn't matter. You are prepared and you're confident and you know with exactitude, like coach will always say it, you will know the outcome of your children because what? You are learning. Because what? You know where you are. Thank you, Coach Wendy. Thank you so much for giving us this platform. I mean, it's so powerful. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. I want to know, you've sat in several classes in the inner
Yes.
circle. You, yes, you've sat in several trainings in the inner circle webinars. Yes. I want you, if you top three sessions that shifted your journey, your parent journey for you, please, ma, I would want to know which of those top three webinars would it be and why would you choose them? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, so sorry, my daughter. I'm sorry. So the
It's fine, ma'am.
webinars, there's always something in the webinar to pick from. There's always something. So I cannot say this. Please just give me. Oh,
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, if you're just joining us and you're just listening, you are hearing from Mrs. Favour Owolabi share her parenting story, share her transformation, share her journey in practical terms from the Inner Circle program. She said, one thing that was profound for me was she is confident no matter where she is. She's okay knowing that she would always, her children, I mean, the knowledge, the value she's instilling in her children, she's not scared. He said, she says something that I could pick up. She said, and some people say, forget that, no, a child, no matter how, I mean, there's a way she puts it, I don't know, I'm trying to structure that. She said, a way, anyhow a child will turn out, a child will turn out. It doesn't matter. However, a child will turn out, a child will turn out. But look, I tell you, but she said on her own, she is confident. She sat there and she was telling you in this practical term because of the confidence she's gotten, because of the confidence she's gotten from the inner circle, because of the knowledge, because of the values, because of the structure, because of the system she's getting from the inner circle. How would someone tell you, someone is sitting and she hits her chest and tell you, but I am confident. It doesn't matter if I'm raising my children in the community where women, mothers, parents sit down, smoke, drink, just be careless, just become, I don't know, become something else. And it's not worth raising children. I mean, if there's one thing I've seen people scared of, it is environment. Because coach will always say environment is if it's bigger than the value system, your children rips off. The environment is big. When it's big, environment will always be big. Seriously, people are always scared about the environment where they are raising their children. Why is that? Because it is easy for your children to follow from what you're teaching them because of the environment, right? It is easy for your children to just lose off. They just lose off the vibe of the information, the knowledge you are instilling in them because of the environment. When the environment is bigger than the value system, the bad things happen. And that's why most times I see parents, new couples, when they want to marry, they want to change, they want to choose the environment. Because why? Because they want to choose the environment that will favor their parenting, that will favor their children. Do you understand? And then Mrs. Favor said she's not scared of this environment. She's not scared of what is happening in the environment. Why? Why is that? Why is it? Because she is Mrs. Favor, she's here? Okay. Because she is confident with the knowledge she's getting from the Inner Circle program. I tell you, if you don't get into this community, if you're listening to me and you've been hearing Mrs. Favor share her story all the way from Scotland, and she is sharing this thing in practical terms, because I've heard a lot of people. Sometimes I even debate it when I'm in the car with some people. I mean, they say, in Nigeria, you don't need to learn how to raise children. It's only in the United place, it's only in the Western place, it's only outside there. You just children just become something else. In Nigeria here, you don't need to learn. You just know, if you beat them, if you slap them, their brain resets. I tell you, if you don't get into here, if you don't get into the Inner Circle program, if you don't get into this community, if you don't get into this society, this village of knowledge, there is the depth of knowledge you can never get to, that you can never access. There is this information, there is this thing you can never access. And then when you see parents who have accessed this knowledge share their story, when they share it appears to you like it's a magic. Like I'm not sure this thing people always come out on social media to say. People, of course, people come out on social media to share a lot of things that is just abstract. Studio money, studio wins, and all that, studio testimonies. It happens. But look, until you get into this system, until you get into this community, this village of full knowledge, where you connect, where you see things happen. Let me tell you, right? You are following Coach Wendy on the social page. You hear these testimonies, you see these transformations, you see people share, both in videos and write up, and you read them, and it's like it's just okay. Maybe let me just stay here and just keep picking what people are sharing. But there is this depth. There is this depth. I tell you because I'm here. There is this depth of knowledge in the community. When coach say some things are taught, some things are caught, that is what she means. There is this depth of knowledge in the community. If you don't get involved, if you're not inside, that you can never access. Why is that? Because when you hear stories from outside our Instagram page, oh, ma, welcome back. We are happy to have you back. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, ma'am, can you hear me? All right. Okay. Mrs. Veffel, you come in. Please be patient with us while she resolve the background connection. All right. So I was saying, if you come into the space and then you see a parent sharing, maybe it's something you're going through, maybe something you're not yet going through, but then there is some level of confidence it gives you when you see a fellow parent who is parenting, who has actually seen, right? I mean, we share these informations, and then there is knowledge, there is training, and then there's something I don't know, that's just how it feels when you see a fellow parent going through that some level of struggles, and then they were able to resolve it in a particular way. And then it was easier for them to do it that way, and then they are able to share it to you. It is going to be more easy for you. Because why? Because that person has already assessed it. That person have already, figured out where the challenge is coming from, apply the knowledge Coach Wendy has taught them, or the webinar Coach Wendy has taught them, or the voice notes that they get in the morning, or the wisdom notes that they have assessed, and then they just apply that little knowledge. Because let me tell you, each time there's something to arise, if each time there's a problem, there's more than one way to handle it. Okay, welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It is fine. You're welcome back. And if you're just joining us, we have Mrs. Favour Owolabi join us all the way from Scotland, and she's been sharing her powerful, profound, practical transformation, ma'am. Ma'am, please, I would want to know, what is that one powerful tool? What is that one powerful, practical tool you've picked from the Inner Circle? Now, you can't imagine parent. You can't imagine parenting without this tool, without this practical thing, without this one thing that you've picked out from the inner circle and you've run with, that have shifted and changed your parenting process, your parenting journey, that you can't imagine parenting without. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, I'm sorry for the network itch. I'm very sorry. So the tool for me that has changed is my mindset. So inner circle has put me in the place where I am learning. I am open to change. Anybody can talk to me, and I can learn something. Even my child can say something. I won't come out of the place. Who are you to talk to me that way? So I have this mindset where I am open to learn. The webinar, especially, I was going to talk about the webinar before I went off. When I joined my first year in Inner Circle, the only thing I said I achieved was always listening to the webinars. And that was transforming my mindset. That was transforming me. I couldn't do voice notes. My first year, I didn't journal. My second year too, I didn't journal. It was my third year when I got accountability and partner that I was able to journal. I was able to start journaling. So Inner Circle has helped my mindset. And the webinars also, we've talked about seasons of life, and coach has talked about he has talked about your parenting style. She has talked about pressures, understanding parenting pressures. My season of life now, we have not, I can say that we have not gotten there because we are new in a new country, and financial wise we've not achieved, but I am content. I am satisfied because I know this is my season of life. I'm not working presently. I'm a stay-home mom, and I'm taking exams to start practice. By God's grace, it will work out fine. I am not under any pressure because Inner Circle has helped me. I don't feel what are people going to say. I can, if I'm at that place where I can even wear one cloth every day and I'll be okay. I am growing, my mind is growing. I would rather invest in books. Even when we go to charity shops, my children, I've never taken them to clothes session, like let's buy clothes. We are looking for Lego, we are looking for puzzle, we are looking for toys, we are looking for books. So having sense care is better than is body care. That is what Inner Circle has done for me. That is one thing that I am grateful. That
Yeah,
mindset, that mindset that Inner Circle has helped me. So I'm interested in my soul, my spirit more than my body. So that one thing for me is my mindset. That I'm totally grateful to God and to Inner Circle.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was so powerful. And if you're just joining, you're just listening, you are hearing Mrs. Favour share her powerful transformation. She said something profound. She said it is the mindset. And right? Anytime I hear things, anytime I see something, I always want to start from one angle or the other. And the angle that comes for me first is the mindset. Sorry, the angle that comes for me first is the mindset. The mindset is something powerful. I mean, it starts with the mindset. It starts with the way you see things. It starts with the way you believe things. These things, these daily tools, you apply them. She said before she left, she was already mentioning, yes, the webinars. And the tools that she have been able to acquire from the webinars that she applied, it has been something that have made everything the parenting more intentional. She says she doesn't have it all, but she's satisfied though. She's okay. It is better to invest. Did you hear that? It is better to invest on sense care rather than skin care and the other care. She's okay at where she is. She's satisfied at where she is, and she's picking her journey gradually. She says she's not there yet, but she's okay. She's contented with where she is, with how she's moving, the pace on which she's learning and applying. It is so powerful. Thank you so much, ma'am. It is not about being, so dramatic every time doing. It is about the systems that quietly reshapes you and your family, your cultures, and the way you move on it. Thank you so much, ma'am. Moving on, ma'am, I would want to know. Yes, I would want to know. Please share with us. You are a person, I know, yes? You wear many hats, right? From Nigeria before you moved to Scotland. You are a dentist, you are a wife, you are a mom. How has what you learned in the inner circle helped you to find balance between work, marriage, and your parenting? Over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, inner circle. I see if I start inner circle talk, I cannot finish today. So I've mentioned some aspects about my life. In this developed country, it's easy to, when you come, it's easy to pick any job because they pay per hour. It's easy to lose the main thing and start pursuing other things because you can get money. But inner circle has helped me to stay focused on my dream, to go for what I want. It's not easy, but Coach Wendy will say, excuse for the lame. People that give it are not wise. So for my career, inner circle has helped me to be bold, to take that step, to go for those exams so that I can get my license. It's financial wise. Like I said, we are not settled yet, but it has given me the bold step to reach out to people for support, to write that exam, to go for it. So career wise, I'm satisfied. I've started the process. I know God will crown my effort. Then my marriage wise, this Western world is a place that if your house is not together, when you just come like this, it will just scatter the marriage. That's how it is here. So marriage wise, my husband and I, we had this serious issue when we came, and but from the place of where I'm drawing knowledge from, I knew that we need a professional to help us to solve this problem. We couldn't, because of finance, we couldn't afford um um Kunle Ologe, but God helped us, located a professional that didn't have to collect funds but was our accountability person, and she took us through the journey. So inner circle would help you make that diagnosis that yes, you need help, go for the help. And working as a team, my husband also is in the inner circle, although he's not as active as I am, but we are okay because even if it's 1%, you can do in the inner circle, it's enough. As far as you are in that right space where you are getting that knowledge from, working as a team, as what I have gotten from the inner circle, here, my husband is working full time, I'm not working, understanding this, and we can fill in the space for each other. Some days you come back from work and you're still helping in the house. If not say, Shebi, you have been at home all day, he can still fill in the space. He can do things. Both of us are in the inner circle. We are intentional and we are planning together. We are doing things together. We are raising children together. Sometimes when I come up with something, he understands, he gets it, and he runs with it. Sometimes he's the one that will even draw my attention. Maybe we'll read some things and like, did you read this today? And we are running together. So inner circle has helped me career wise to go for my dream. Inner circle has helped my marriage. We are working as a team. And me and my yeah, he has made me to understand my person. I'm choleric. My husband is sanguine. And a woman, a choleric again in a marriage, how it can be. But inner circle has given me that understanding. Honor as a skill has also helped to where to put your husband. Don't be the Messiah, don't be everywhere, don't be the Deborah in your house. Allow your husband lead. There's a covering, there's a blessing when the man is the head, when the man is leading a home. That's inner circle has given me that wealth of knowledge and has given me the ability to locate circle of like minds that can help you thrive. So thank you very much.
So much, Dr. Owolabi. This has been an amazing, amazing time. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And you might want to actually share with us what will be your top 3 webinars since you joined the inner circle, and what impact have those made for you? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, so the webinars, honor as a skill, understanding the season of life. In fact, all the webinars have been, there's always something to pick. There's always something to pick, but these ones, let me just pick it. For me, there's always a word in all the webinars for me. Then there's even creating holiday roadmap, creating social roadmap, family as a business, value, creating family value and media plan. All the
Called
webinars,
every now.
I'm
You have
telling
called
you,
every.
all the webinar, understanding your family dynamics to deal with your parenting pressure, everything is profound. So I will just say there's always something to learn. I cannot say this is the best. I can just say there's anytime you are in a webinar, there's something to pick out. So I don't have a best, but it just things that speak to me as my season. That's what I would say. I think my husband has an appointment
Amazing.
now. He's already telling me because I have to take over from him.
Yes,
He's holding
yes,
the children.
we're rounding off now. We'll let you go now. If it's not over to you,
Okay.
please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma. That was so amazing. And then she mentioned, Mrs. Favour, you mentioned that, yes, at a point you were in the inner circle and then you were losing out on implementation. But because
Yes.
you came across accountability, but because you came into accountability, you found an accountability partner in the yard that you've been able to implement. And so far, it transcends to your marriage, it transcends to every part of you, your learning and your becoming. And then the webinars in the inner circle program, the webinars you pointed out, that was so powerful. That's because you've been able to sit through these webinars and you've seen, and your life have literally been transformed. Why? Is because she have been able to pay attention in practical lessons. She's been able to pick it out and she's been able to apply the lessons she's learned from the inner circle program, and it has changed everything for her. Ma'am, we are rounding up and we'll let you go soon. Please, I would want
Thank
to
you.
know, ma, please, for before we let you go, before you have the rest of your day, do you have one powerful line, just one thing you would like to say to my amazing listeners? They will want to know, they want to hear just one thing. Leave us with just one takeaway, one thing we should
Okay.
go with and leave in with today. Over to you, ma, before we let you go.
Thank you very much. I really I'm privileged to be here to share my journey. Like I am so grateful. Thank you, Coach Wendy. Thank you, TIP team. What I would say about Inner Circle is Inner Circle has taught me that intentional parenting is not about being perfect. Like I said, the last time I filled my journal was 24th of August. I was still telling my accountability people that please pardon me, I will update. So it's not about being perfect, but it's about being present. It's about being consistent. It is about being aware that every moment counts for your child. Your child, coach will say, your child is growing every day. So you can't say, oh, wait, pause your growth, pause. Let me go and achieve and come and continue. You cannot, there's nothing like that. So even though you are pursuing all the pursuables, just have it at the back of your mind that your child is growing every day. What are you doing? What have you deposited in that child? What character and inner circle is a place where it's not about my child carry first. It's not about this character, values. Here to greet is, and in fact, I'm still battling with my child about greeting. Is the if you see a child who say an adult is very they don't greet. So it's about what value are you putting in that child? It's about legacy. It's about generations to come. It's about problem solving, impact making. So just come as you are. You don't have to. Nobody is saying when you start today, you must fill the journal 365 days. Nobody is saying you must read all of Coach Wendy Day once you enter. Nobody is saying you must listen to all the webinar. Like I said, even if it's just 1%, that you even listen to only one webinar in that 365 days is something. And coach is always rooting for you. When you are lost, start from where you don't go. Okay, let me start from December. Start from where you are. Coach, you say start from where you are. So come as you are. Anybody, toddler parent, single, pregnant woman, come as you are, and your life, in fact, your mindset, your life will change. So inner circle is the real deal. Thank you so much, Coach. I honor you. I always salute. Thank you for all you do, ma. God bless you. God bless you, ma. Thank you, Ife.
Thank,
I'm so
thank you
grateful.
so
Thank
much,
you.
Dr. Favour Owolabi. We are so grateful to have you. Thank you, ma'am. Chris Nachi, over to you.
Thank you so much, ma. That was so profound. That was so powerful. She said, let me repeat what she said before we let her go. She said, it is about your presence. It's about being consistency. And coach is always rooting for you. But then, Mrs. Favor, please, I will let you go. Have the rest of your day. Please do
Thank
have
you.
an amazing day. We appreciate you. We honor you for taking your time to share your practical transformation for us to actually run with. It is worth listening. Thank you so much, man. Do
Thank
have the rest
you.
of your day. Bye. Please, my amazing listeners, please come close. Let me summarize it for you. Coach Mrs. Favor have been able to say in practical terms, and she's been able to list it from book, from the webinars, from the lessons, from the transformations she gets from the yard, how it have actually transformed everything for her. And she said, lastly, the consistency. It's about being present. And I say, if you are present and you are consistent without knowledge, you work like you are there empty, and then you don't have any knowledge, and then you don't have any skills, and then what are you there for? What are you doing there? Your children don't need you to love them. Your children need you to give them the right skills, the right knowledge, to be parent of intentionality, to be present with intention. You can't be present and you don't have wisdom. You don't know what you are saying to them. You don't know what you are doing to them. You don't know what you are parenting. If you are there every day, sometimes I have heard parents said, "Oh, I thought I love my children. Oh, I have actually been present. I have been there, but I'm not present." And a lot of times, parents keep judging and thinking their children is the problem. Why they are the problem? You are present, you are there every time, but you don't have what you are giving to them. And you keep thinking that they are the problem. The problem is you. Because you've not even found you, you've not even discovered what it is you need to offer to these children. They are looking up to you and you keep coming back to think they are the problem. Eh? You keep on your own, you sit down and you think your children is the problem. When you've not even started with yourself. Now, I want you to pause just for a moment. In years to come, what story will your children tell about you? I have heard a parent come here to sit and share with us, say, my son, my daughter is confident in me, knowing that if I bring this thing to mommy, if I say this to mommy, mommy will always have a solution around you. She always have what it is that she needs to apply to actually resolve what it is that is the problem. And then you are there, you keep loving your children. What story will your children tell about you? That you just did your best blindly. You just sat down there and you were doing your best. Or you equipped yourself and gave them the childhood full of wisdom and love. Because the love that we actually say that we give our children. Honestly, I'm sharing it because my mom parented me without learning from the inner circle program because she did not know there is a place like this to learn. And now there is a place like this to learn from you. You are listening to me. You have been seeing it and you just go by and you just go by. You prioritize other things and then you claim you love your children. Love starts from the wisdom you give your children. The story begins with the choices you make today. The story your children will tell about you as a parent tomorrow begins with you deciding today, begins with the choice you make today, begins with the decision, with the priority you choose today. You, the parent. Think about it. You pay for music lessons, extra classes, you pay for toys, you even go on vacation. But the most important assignment God gave you, your child, you just want to do it on freestyle. Huh? No, parents, let's begin to invest where it matters most. Let's begin to learn. Let's begin to do the right thing. I tell you, don't wait until you are in crisis to look for answers. Because when you come, you will come now. Abi, we are here. Coach is always ready to welcome you. She's always rooting for you, of course. You will come, oh, you pay for one-on-one session, oh, you will join the inner circle, oh, you will do the courses, oh, and then because it took years, it took months for you to grow and train that your child that have caused you crisis, that have become anyhowness. It took you years, Abby. It will still take you the amount of years it take you to raise them with no wisdom for you to actually rewind. It's not magic. Every living thing adjusts and adapts. It will still take you time. I am telling you, it will still take you time to actually readjust, reshape, for your children to start readjusting, readapting. By then, it may even be harder for you. To undo the damage will be very hard. So plant the right seed now while your children's hearts are tender. Start from the early stage. I have seen parents come to me and say, I just got married. I've not started raising children. Do you think I should join the Inner Circle program? Yes, I love what you people do. I've gone through the pages. And I said, Ma, come on. The right time to begin is now that you don't have a seed. Start learning now. Start learning now. Start building. This is your tapping period. Acquire all the knowledge. Carry it. Let it be the heavy load that you carry. See that wisdom. Don't carry any other heavy load. Don't carry crisis. Carry with wisdom. Pack it. Pack it. This is your tapping period. Ma, this is the right time to begin to actually gather this knowledge, because when you start, you move. It is very intense raising children. Every day, every moment, every minute, every hour, day and night, you apply this wisdom. So you are not doing anyhow. You are not doing kalu kalu. That's the inner circle. That's what the inner circle gives you. The right seed at the right time, at the right hour, at the right day. The moment you wake up, you hear voice notes. The moment you go day by day, except if you're not intentional. I tell you, if you come into this community and you're intentional about your journey, you would definitely arrive at a very comfortable, you will be confident, you will be comfortable while you go through your parenting journey. Mrs. Favour had shared her journey. I really appreciate her profound story. Please, I would want to let you know that her story is a proof that transformation is possible no matter where you live, no matter how busy your life gets, no matter how where you are in the part of the world, across countries, across cultures. It is possible. Transformation is possible. If there's nothing you can take out today, take that. The inner circle door is still open. Will you join now, or you will start running kitty kitty kata kata and start hitting? Hey, whoa, John coach, you will not come to admin. Admin did not admit me. You now run back to coach. Coach, ma, please. This is the right time. I tell you, you will still say, hey, because of financial, we don't have money. It's a lie. It's a lie, Shocha. There is money. There is money that you are using to do the other things. If you ask the parents, what are the other things? They will start listing, hey, pay children's school fees, so pay, buy toy, do this one, do that. Have you not heard about homeschooling? Have you not heard with the right knowledge? Have you not seen those things you're prioritizing on, those places you're running, those places you're going to go and waste all that big money? If after wasting all that money and you don't have what it takes to give your children, to define who they are, because it starts from the home. You define, this is who you are, even in the midst of crowd. This is who you are. You instill that value. If you don't start paying for the right value to learn from the right place, you lose out. The inner circle door is still open. At this count, though, at this count, 120,000, you will get your single slot instead of 150,000. Because this end of September, you can never join the inner circle at 120 again. I tell you. Now, you can join the inner circle, not just, even if you have joined. Let me tell you one thing. A lot of you are listening to me and they are as I'm speaking now, they say, oh, me, I've joined, it's okay. Even if you have joined, what do you hear about the environment? That your sister, that your brother, that your uncle, that their children is playing with your children, that your circle of influence. This is the time, at discount hour, at discount door open for you. Pack all of them. Grab your village. Transformation is better in your circle. It is better with your circle. If you become the one transformed alone, you will struggle. You'll be speaking A, they will be speaking B. You will keep fighting with them. No, my coach said. I've seen it though. I've seen the chaos it can bring. But when you transform with your whole community, with your circle, without your church member, without your friend that you keep dropping your children off with those children that plays with your children, if you transform with them, there is just the beauty. There is just something it does to you. Honestly, I tell you. Just like you've heard or you've seen in the community, all of us share our transformation and we grab it hand to hand. That's the same way it is when your children transform with their circle. The parents of your children plays with, grab all of them at discount rates. Let them join the inner circle program at 120,000. Now that is easy. Now that it is easy for you to save a lot, and for 200,000, join as a couple. When I mean couple, you and your husband. And when I mean single, I mean you without your husband. If your husband cannot join because of a lot of time, all of us give excuse because of the hectic schedule. But there is no hectic schedule. There is no busy. The inner circle at every time at your location is a virtual program. You can always queue in. You can always learn. You can always catch replay. What is the excuse, Biko? What is the excuse? Busy schedule. Even if your husband is busy, you can join alone. That is single. You alone. It doesn't mean when you are not married or when you are married. And even if you're not married or you are married, the inner circle is open for you. What are you waiting for? This is the right time to start picking all this knowledge. Please do yourself a favor. Hear my voice. Let it echo in your mind. Let it just keep hurting you until you do the right thing. Please don't delay. Don't procrastinate. Your child destiny is worth it. Please do the right decision. Stay equipped. Until next time on my intentional parenting journey, keep growing, keep learning, keep raising your children with sense. See you tomorrow. Bye. And don't forget, please.
Yes, please go ahead.
Please. Thank you, ma'am. Don't forget, you can get your books. Don't forget, you can get your books at Wendy Ologe on Instagram, or you can reach out to the admins. Sit down with this amazing read and see the magic that it will do to your life. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ifesinachi. I'm sure that your audience do not need me to be here anymore. So yes, that's why I'm in the background and I'm just listening in. I'm even enjoying the conversation myself. I'm enjoying our moderator. Who else enjoys having our moderator on the stage? I do. I love listening to Ifesinachi. It's been an awesome day. And it's been an amazing outing. You know, something that Ifesinachi said that I had to pick, even though she concluded it in Igbo. And that made me even laugh the more. And, you know, it was very profound. And it says, don't wait until crisis for you to seek answers. Don't wait until crisis for you to see. Because when the crisis comes, it's going to be a very, big, deal. Because you are going to run around and then we'll keep you on the queue and tell you, oh, coach is not around, coach is not available. And then, you have to, and like she said, you still have to do those things. And then it takes you so long to actually be able to get into there. And that's what it is. It is what it is. So take advantage today and join in. I just had to say one word for those who will say that coach did not say anything. If not, Ifesinachi said it all and even much more than I could have said. It's been an awesome outing. See you guys tomorrow. Our moderator will be here. I'm going to be sitting. I think I'm enjoying this sitting backstage. It's becoming a thing of joy. Thank you so much for being here and see you guys at 2 p.m. at our Tuesday live. See you also the others. Thank you, Ifesinachi.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
CIP police is coming for you. There is no need harness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard,
why not?